Good morning all of you. In the last session we have discussed about neutral axis and calculated the moment of resistance of a flanged beam when the neutral axis lies in the flange. So in today's session we will discuss about the moment carrying capacity of a flanged beam when the neutral axis lies in the wave. So see, when neutral axis lies in the flange, this is the width of the flanged beam, this is the depth of the flanged beam, this one is the width of the wave, and this is the effective depth of the flanged beam. And if neutral axis lies in the wave, this one will be the depth of neutral axis, that is xu. So the portion which are above the neutral axis will be in compression, and the tension which is developed below the neutral axis will be carried out by our steel. So this flanged beam is divided into two parts. The first part is the wave part with width bw and depth d, and the second part is the flanged part which are present on both sides of the wave, having depth of bf minus bw by d into bf minus bw by 2 into df. So when we consider the case of neutral axis lies in the wave, again we have to focus on two conditions, that is whether the 3 by 7 xu is less than df or 3 by 7 xu is more than df. So when 3 by 7 xu is less than df, that means the flange, from where this 3 by 7 is coming, as you know before, this up to the depth of 3 by 7 xu, our stress of 0.446 FCK is uniform. So when we are comparing this 3 by 7 xu with df, that means we can find out whether the flange is uniformly stressed or not. So see the first case, when 3 by 7 xu is less than df. So what will happen? If 3 by 7 xu is less than df, the flange is not uniformly stressed, because our stress is uniform up to a distance of 3 by 7 xu, and here this is less than the flange thickness. So flange is not uniformly stressed. The second one is 3 by 7 xu is more than df. So here the flange is uniformly stressed. Then we will consider the first case. Let us consider the first case, that is neutral axis lies in the wave and also 3 by 7 xu is more than df. That means the flange is within the uniform stress block. So here the flange is within uniform stress. So here total compressive force, our C, will be equal to C1 plus C2. When neutral axis lies in the wave, there will be the wave portion and also the flange portion will contribute to the compressive force. If C1 is the compressive force carried by the wave portion, that is which we have considered as a simply rectangular beam of size bw into d, then its contribution will be 0.36 FCK bw into xu. So simply we put bw in place of b. Then C2 is the compressive force carried by the flange. So this will be how much? This will be 0.446 FCK. The stress is 0.446 FCK and this is uniform for a depth of df. So the total compressive force will be 0.446 FCK bf minus bw into df. Then come to the lever arm. So for the first case, which is the wave part, the lever arm will also be same as for rectangular beam, d minus 0.42 XU, as it is same as a rectangular beam. And the second part, for the second part, the stress is uniform for the whole depth of df. So the compressive force C2 will act at a distance of df by 2, that means at the mid portion of the flange thickness. So its corresponding lever arm will be d minus df by 2. Then come to moment carrying capacity of the whole section. So moment of resistance of the whole section is again contributed by the two parts. The first part is the mu1, which is by the wave part, and second part is by the flange part. So the wave part, the moment of resistance of the wave part will be equal to 0.36 FCK BW into XU. This is the total compressive force multiplied by the lever arm of d minus 0.42 XU. And for the flange part, the total compressive force is 0.446 FCK Bf minus Bw into Df multiplied by the corresponding lever arm of d minus Df by 2. Then come to the next condition. Neutral axis lies in the wave, but 3 by 7 XU is less than Df. That means flange is not uniformly stressed. See, when this 3 by 7 XU, when this 3 by 7 XU is less than Df, that means in the flange there will be rectangular cum parabolic portion of the stress block will exist. So it will be little bit difficult to do the calculation. For ease of our calculation, we will use YF in place of DF, and YF is considered as the equivalent depth of the flange on which stress is uniform. So as per our IS recommendation, this YF will be calculated as 0.15 XU plus 0.65 DF. Then in this case, the total compressive force will be equals to C1 plus C2. C1 is the compressive force carried by the wave portion, 0.36 FCK BW XU, same as the case before. Then C2 will be 0.446 FCK Bf minus Bw. In place of Df, we will simply put Yf. So in moment of resistance case also, it is same. The first part is same, that is 0.36 FCK Bw XU, that is the wave portion, and the lever arm d minus 0.42 XU, plus for the flange portion we will simply replace Yf in place of Df. So in this way, when the neutral axis will lie in the wave, we will calculate the moment of resistance. Thank you.